Oh, hey there, bud. This is Black Widow. She is an absolute unit. She is arguably tied as best character in the game. Some say, I think most people say she is the best character in the game. There is some debate that Spider-Man may also be one of or the best player in the game as well. Notably, though, of late, she has abilities in PvP that set her above a lot of other characters. So, before we go and we take our Black Widow into PvP, we first need to level her, get her up to level 100, and the only way to do that is through PvE. So, that is what this video is for. I currently run as my main character a 650k power Iron Man. I group with some of the top one. I group with not only the best Black Widow in the game, usually on a nightly basis, but also a couple other of the top Black Widows in the game. So not only are they broken in PvP, my 650k Iron Man gets noticeably outdamaged in other game modes when grouped with Black Widow, which is kind of wild. So I thought I'm going to level a Black Widow as well, and that's what I'm doing. But in order for us to get there by the path least restricted, we need to have some insight into how to PvE the best. So this character, believe it or not, has not is sort of free to play, I guess. The thing is, it's an alt. So what I did was, as you see, all of these red battle badges over here, these guys, right here, these guys, those are coming from the shared bank of the aforementioned 650k Iron Man. So what I'm doing is I'm farming Blitz with my main Iron Man, and the badges that I'm not using, I put in the shared bank, and I've put on her because she is my next character I'm taking to level 100. That is to give her the best advantage to beeline to level 100 as quickly as possible. This character has really not gotten a lot of seat time to get to what is right now level 91. I'm 9 levels away from 100, and I did so very quickly. The other advantage was that I gave her as many extra boxes and things that I could to try to give her some fat loots to make her work a little bit better. That being said, though, as far as I recall, I don't think I've spent any money on her. Pretty sure I haven't. So once all of those things happen, we put ourselves in a so gear. Here's gear. This is what we're talking about gear-wise to give ourselves an advantage. The next thing is, how do we PvE the best? And that is by going through all of the story content, the main storyline, the purple quests up here at the bottom, or top, I mean, and ignoring side quests all the way till we get to Midgardia. So the main storyline gives you way more EXP until you get to Midgardia, which then the side quests also give you. There are so many quests that you should be in pretty good shape to get super far and level the crap out of your Black Widow by skipping side quests and doing all the stuff with the highest return on it ahead of time. The thing is, in doing so, you're going to miss out on some gold. So I would suggest, if you're going to do this and you don't want to pad up your bank account, that you should then also have an idea of what your build is going to be. So in order to do that, I reached out to said top Black Widows in the game and said, hey, what builds are you running for this content? So PvE, PvP, and special ops, a lot of people run 3 different builds for that. So if you were to go over to your character here, look at skills, down here you have 1, 2, and 3. And you can set them up in whatever order that you want. But in the beginning, for the most part, you're just going to run a PVE build because it is important that you level your character. So for instance, if your character was level 20, you have no business worrying about PvP right then. Everything that you should do is about PvE. So this is the first step in getting your Black Widow up, or any character for that matter. If it's an ult though, I feel like this is one of the smartest ways to give them the edge that they need and to quickly get from point A to point B with the path of least resistance. So to just beeline there as fast as possible and to give yourself as many advantages as you can. So the next step would be to then know what are the best players running for their setup. And for this, since it's a PvE video, that's what we're going to give you, is what the top players, one of them, and I'm sure they all have their own opinion. This is just one. Now we know that there's an ult combined with sniper shot ability for PvP that gives them a crazy advantage there. We will make the PvP video after this one so we can give that its own attention. So for now, I feel like it's important that we focus on PvE. And so in doing so, we're going to show you the cooldowns, the order, the 5 abilities that are being used by one of the top players in the game using Black Widow. So first things first, we're going to start with number 1. Number 1 is leg sweep. It is in this slot right here, and it is number 3 in that list. So that means you're not going to unlock it right away, but what it does give you is the advantage of knowing which tree to go down, because ultimately you want to avoid the other trees if you are skipping side quests, because you're going to have less gold. Trust me, you will blow through tons of gold and you will be broke before you know it if you skip side quests and you want to beeline to level 100. So in doing so, we're going to avoid using other trees. We're going to try to get to level 100 and then we'll focus on everything else later. The next is conveniently the 2 spot here, and then you'll see that is short range rapid fire, and that is conveniently the very first one. Yay! That means that we don't have to buy the other stuff. I had a lot of money at first, and I bought up everything in the beginning, and I had 3 million gold at one point and ran it down to 0. I have gold again, but I ran out of gold, had no gold, and it was from leveling all the abilities on her and skipping side quests. Just learn from my mistakes. That's what happened to me. It will happen to you. It's just a way to avoid that. So that brings us to the number 3 spot, which is double shot. Double shot goes into the 3 spot there. And then right next to it, number 4 is quick step strike. Actually, when you're playing in like the theater mode, before I forget to, quick step strike is the very last one on there, so that's a bummer. You're gonna have to level these up first. You may also to find yourself it is not a prerequisite to buy these before you buy the last one, just so you know. So if you have one of the other abilities right here, you'll be using those before you use these at the end. So you don't necessarily have to level up all of these abilities first. You can go right for the end one once you get to the appropriate level to save yourself more gold. Okay? And then finally, we have number 5 there. which is Master Spy. Just a side note, I know it's unrelated but related. If you are playing her in the, let me see if I can see it right here, the camera mode right here, number 1, the animations look pretty sick. She's actually pretty fun to watch do her thing. So what we're going to do is we're just going to have a quick little, we're just going to watch her go through her cooldowns. Something's going to attack her. It will set her off. Yep. So here we go. So as you can see, she'll go through. Oh, wait, she's not on autoplay. So we want to see autoplay shenanigans. See how it zooms in? Yeah, she's pretty sweet. So there are some blind abilities, blind stuns. Her ult is when combined with sniper shot. We'll get into that in another video. It is pretty broken. You can use it up to 3 times. Obviously, if you're playing her at all, you will know this. She's a ton of fun to play. Shane here just started the game. He is currently leveling Black Widow. He said he was playing this Black Widow and said, yep, I'm making her my main. So that is his main as well. So I hope that this video maybe helped you come up with a couple ideas in order to get your Black Widow up to level 100 as quick as possible. This getting to 91 has taken me a very brief amount of time. I wish there's, and I don't know if maybe somebody knows, maybe there's a way to see how much time I've actually played her. This game has a lot going on with it where maybe that information is something we can get. But I will just assure you, I've spent very little seat time to get her to this point, and she's pretty incredible. So I hope you found this video helpful, and I gave you a build that you enjoy. There are little variations and tweaks to make it your own. I just felt this might be helpful because it's coming from one of the top players and somebody that's already gone through the trial and error, so we don't have to. And such, I'm sharing my own, so you don't have to either. So until the next video, we will see you later. Bye.